situation go and boss up. So a situationship is pretty much being with somebody without having the boyfriend-girlfriend title. Basically saying that y'all are together, but he doesn't have to really commit. That's my view on situationships. He just doesn't know what he wants yet. And most of the time as women, a lot of times we're in situationships because the man is not ready to give us a title. And we're sticking around thinking that one day he'll give us a title. No matter how much we try to convince ourselves that that's something that we want, we're not ready for a relationship. It doesn't matter. We might not be ready for a relationship, but we definitely don't want somebody who's not willing to commit to us and wants to just have us when they can have us and also have other people as well. We do not want that. No matter how much we try to convince ourselves that we're okay with that, we don't want that. Ask yourself, this person that you're in a situationship with that you feel like you don't care if you're in a relationship or not, if he was to talk to someone else, or even better, if he was to say, you know what, I want to be with you, you would be like, okay, you'll be happy to be with him. You'll be happy to be his girlfriend. So don't ever try to convince yourself that you don't want more than a situationship. Now, you just have to tell yourself that you're just not ready to move on from it, and that's okay, but at the same time, I'm telling you, you need to move on from it, sis. It doesn't matter how long you stick around. If a man does not want to commit, he's not going to commit. I don't care what anybody says. The same way people say, if a man is not marrying you within 10 years, he just doesn't want to marry you. Men know when they want you to be their girlfriend and when they want you to be their wife. That's just what it is. I don't care what they say. They might say certain stuff like, I'm not ready for this. If a man really wants you, he'll make it work no matter what he has going on, because we're designed to help men. Most of the time, it's the men who push us back from our career, but we're designed to help them. So all that little stuff they're trying to sell you to make you believe that it's okay that you're not in the girlfriend's position, no, it's never okay. I do not agree with situationships anymore. I've been in plenty of them throughout my life, and it ended with nothing but heartache. And the hard part is, once you get over it, it's the hardest thing to get over, because at least when you're in a relationship with someone, you'll feel like reassured that it's okay that you're sad over a breakup. But after a situationship, when you get over it, you'll feel like, well, I wasn't even anything to him, so do I even have a right to be sad? Your feelings would not be validated within yourself. So you want to make sure that you don't do those no title things. Ask yourself, how old am I? We're too grown for these silly high school games. Even if you are in high school, tell yourself, we're too grown for these childish games. If you are old enough to do relationship things, you're old enough to be in a relationship. If that guy is where he wants to be enough to do relationship things with you, but saying he doesn't want a relationship, no, he's secure enough in himself to be in a relationship. He just doesn't want to be committed. That's what it is, period. And you don't deserve that. Don't you think that you deserve somebody who wants to commit to you? Why would you stick around for somebody who's literally straight up telling you, without telling you, you're not worthy enough to be my girlfriend. You're not worthy enough for me to be loyal to. It's not that hard to commit to somebody. It's not that hard to say that you are my girlfriend. I don't care what it is. Even if the relationship doesn't last long, at least he gave you, he tried. He's not even trying to make you his girlfriend. He's straight up telling you, I don't want that, but we can still chill. No, we can't chill at all then. You need to come into the picture knowing what you want. If you're holding on to a situationship just because you feel like, well, I don't want him to end up with someone else. No, sis. Even if he ends up giving someone else the title he never gave you, guess what? He was never going to give it to you, and it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with him. It just is what it is. Once you're in that position where you give a man something without them having to give you commitment or anything like that, they're never going to want to give it to you. You can never give a man too much. And a lot of times we give too much thinking that they're going to give us love and commitment in return when they just don't have it in them to give. A lot of times men are selfish, and men go based off what you can do for them, and that's just what it is. He's looking at you like, oh, she can give me the feel of a girlfriend without me having to cuff her. No, you never want to be that person where they don't have to cuff. Excuse me? You are worthy of being cuffed. You are worthy of every single thing. So why are you settling for less? I want you to ask yourself, write out what that situation did for good in your life and how much pain it brought you. Because more than likely that situationship made you feel less than, because it made you feel like you weren't worthy enough to be committed to. But I'm here to tell you, you are. That man is just not giving it to you because he just doesn't want to give it to you. But guess what? The next man will. You're holding yourself up settling for somebody who's not giving you that commitment when you can find anybody else who will give you love, attention, and security in a relationship, and at least respect you enough to let you know exactly what's going on. Confusion, in my opinion, is the worst thing you could do to somebody, because that's mental, psychological abuse. Someone who's bringing nothing but confusion in your life, but you don't know what this is. If you have to ask a man, what are we? That's not a good sign, sis. A man should always be telling you what you are. A man should be sweating you, making you feel like, oh, like, I want you to be my girl, I really love you. If you don't even know if that man loves you, if you don't even know if he wants you to be with you, It's time to go. It's time to pack it up. I don't care how much you feel like, oh, well, he's coming around. He just has to do what he has to do for himself. No, you gotta do what you gotta do for yourself too, right? And a lot of times the situation is stressing you out like it's a relationship because you're worried about what he's doing. You're worried about all that other stuff. Why? When you can move on to the next, or when you can be focusing on yourself. Forget moving on to the next. Let's talk about focusing on yourself and loving on yourself. Let's talk about respecting yourself enough to know that you deserve more than that. Whatever that is. What is he bringing into your life? You gotta look at it like that. What are people bringing into your life? What values are they adding? Because a lot of the times these situationships are bringing nothing but chaos and distraction and confusion and sadness. I want you to remember that because I did that so many times in my life. So many situationships I've had in my life brought nothing but sadness and heartache. Relationships are already hard enough, but situationships are even worse. Because you're dealing with confusion, you're dealing with a man who's not committing to you, you're dealing with a bunch of drama, you're dealing with second guessing, you're dealing with hope. It just gives you false hope for something that's never gonna happen. And I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm just letting you know that it's a could or couldn't happen. Do you want to wait around and beg somebody to be with you? Because that's what you're doing. The more you sit around and wait in the situationship state, the more you are begging someone else to commit to you and be with you. And the more they see that, well, they could keep doing this little situationship that they want to do and do their own thing because you will forever be there. I told you guys this before, don't ever be the girl he can go back to, but you also want to stop being the girl that he could just stick around with and have around while he does his dirt that he wants to do, because that's even worse. Sticking around while somebody you love is doing their own thing is even worse for your mental and your heart. A lot of the times, being in a situationship will make you feel like you don't even have the right to be upset. You ever had a situationship where the man's doing what he wants to do and you catch him doing something and he makes you feel like, well, we're not together, so I can do what I want. That's the worst feeling. That's the worst thing for us women to hear, and we don't want to admit it, but it's hurtful. And a lot of times, the more we hear that, the more it's just going to tear us down and make us feel like, well, no, I'm not worthy of being a girlfriend anyway, so I might as well stay with this person. No, you're worthy of being a girlfriend. You're worthy for everything. You're not asking for too much. Stop letting him make you feel like you are asking for too much just for asking for commitment and loyalty. You're not doing anything wrong, and then they'll make you feel like, oh, well, you agreed to this, and now you want relationship stuff. Now you want a title when we just vibing, but you agreed to just vibe with me. No, don't ever let people gaslight you like that. You might have agreed to it, but guess what? You don't want to do it no more. So what is it? I want you to get up and walk and boss up. Tap in, focus on yourself, focus on that career you have, focus on your goals, level up, do what you gotta do for you, sis. Life is too short to be stressing and sad over somebody who's not even worried about being with you. Life is too short to be stressing and sad over someone who could care less about you, and that's just what it is. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna sit around and cry, you're gonna get up and boss up and do what you gotta do for you. Cause guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get up and boss up and do what I gotta do for me. Cause I spent too much time crying, sad over situationships or men that didn't give me what I needed, that couldn't even offer me anything I needed. Why would you sit around sad when you have dreams to chase? Why would you sit around sad when you have so much potential? Don't sleep on your potential, sis. Don't sit around with somebody who's not even supposed to be in your life. Don't let your blessings be blocked, because God does not want that person around you. You wonder why everything keeps going wrong with your career, or everything keeps going wrong, you can't catch a break. Look at who's around you. Start looking at your surroundings, because that will be telling you every single time. The answer is in your surroundings. The answer is in how that person makes you feel. You know if that person is not supposed to be in your life or not because of the way they're making you feel. But instead you're sticking with them, you're letting them stay around because you don't want to let them go because you're scared to be on your own. And I want you to know that it's okay to be on your own. It might be even better. The hardest part is letting go. But when you let go, you will feel so free. So ask yourself, why am I holding on to this? And I want you to ask yourself, wouldn't you rather be in a place, in a state of peace and success and abundance? The people you keep around you make or break you. Because that's just what it is. Energy connects, energy projects, energy is very powerful. So watch who you keep around you and watch who you are swapping souls with, because soul ties are real too, sis. Don't ever swap souls with somebody who makes you feel insecure and like you're not good enough. They don't deserve it. It's not that deep. Soul ties are everywhere. You can find that anywhere. But the hardest thing to get back is yourself when you lose it. So don't do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let that situationship go, sis, and boss up, level up, focus on what you gotta gotta do for yourself, period, okay? So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.